Welcome back, everyone. This video is going to be a quick and easy one. I am going to be replacing the front grille on the 4Runner. So when I got it, it just never had the emblem, which I kind of like because I do want to get rid of a lot of the chromey stuff and even the chrome and stuff on the outside. As you guys can tell, I finally got some new shoes for the old girl. Got the TRD truck off-road rim things, which are lighter, and they were smaller. So these ones are an inch smaller than the original. I think the originals are 18s. These are 17s. Got the same tires that I did before. Used tires, but still, I think they look pretty darn meaty on there. Saved me some money. I think it makes the 4Runner just look so much better. I really don't like the chrome, so like I'm gonna get rid of that. So looks fantastic. And one of the next things I'm gonna do, like I said, is gonna be the grille, just because I think it makes it look a lot better from the pictures I've seen. So let's see how that goes. So I've got the grille here, just got it in the mail, and I'm ready to put it together, and I'm so happy. I wanna see what this looks like with the flat black. So this is from Y Car Part. Never used them before, but I mean, they're the cheapest ones, and it's basically the same kit that you get from anywhere else. So let's see if the cost of this is really worth saving that extra $50, sometimes $100 for these kits. So this should fit right in. It comes with the hardware. It comes with everything that you need. So let's see how easy it is to install. So of course we want to pop the hood first, and with our grille up here, gonna take a look at what exactly is holding this on. Now it looks like these 10 millimeters are the ones holding it on. So there's two here and the other one here, there. These are so rusted here, and then the two on the other side. So it should be a total of 8. So out of all of them, I was only able to get one nut off. Damn. That one snapped off, and all of these other ones just basically broke the plastic. They're like some square end up there that's supposed to slot in, but these things are so far gone with rust that each and every one of them are just spinning in place. Yay. So I guess putting that on the back burner for a second, I'm gonna move to the latch. This is the last thing that holds it on besides all of those. So those two 10 millimeters, gonna take that off, and it's just kind of hang there. Once I get that, then I can kind of take this down and maybe figure out a way. I think I can get these out if I just get some pliers up there and hold that so it doesn't spin, and then crack these off. These ones are gonna be a little bit harder because you can't easily get up there. Plus this is a piece of metal that goes all the way around. So if anything, I'll have to come up here and take all these Phillips heads out all the way around. You can see those, and then I'll have that separate from the grille itself so I can get it from the other side, but we'll see how that goes. So I'm making my way through, and as you can tell, the only way that I can really get these out is to snap the old ones off because these things are so rusted. But if you look, if it gives you a little bit of help, it looks like the two middle ones are slotted, so if you break them they can slide out, but the end ones, this one and this one over here, are holes, so you're actually going to have to, mine just snapped, so I got pliers on one end and then a socket on the other. They snapped in the middle, and then you can separate them out, but these ones should just be able to slide once you get the old grille broken. Okay, so I finally broke off all of those, so the only thing leaving it up are these ones right here, which are just spinning in place, but I can't get under them because, like I said, this whole thing is a bar. Also, little point of reference, right up here, if you want to take the V8 part of it out, if you have a V8, it's very easy. That's all it is. It's just 3 little clips, and it slots right up in here, and then on the other side, right in here, these little clips just kind of slot into the grille. Okay, so I finished taking off all of those, and the front part of the grille, you can see, comes off. So now, top part of the grille is officially gone, and now we just have this frame. And now that we have this frame, I can get behind here. You can see that is the one that I need to grab onto on both sides. As you can see, it broke over there. Now I can hold on to those because we do need to reuse this. Just give it a nice little clean so it looks pretty, so I'm not putting new stuff on dirty old stuff. Still haven't washed this girl. Anyway, this is the metal piece that we took out. So it's actually in pretty darn good condition. The only thing is that one that broke, you can see that it's part of the metal. It's not like the other ones that were just turning in place. So that might be an issue, but there's a bunch of other mounting points. So hopefully that won't be an issue for that one. And everything else looks good. There was many other things on the inside that broke off. So I'm hoping that putting this in with all of the screws and whatnot is gonna be more than sufficient. Perfect, now we get to put everything together. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the little plate here. This is where the Toyota is gonna go over. So that's gonna be sitting right up in here. So I'm gonna get the Toyota symbol on here. I just got to figure out which way this goes. The proper way to do it is it's going to be looking like this. So all of your, I don't even know what to call these, like the extruded part of it is going to be facing you, and it's not going to look like that. That's the back side. So look like this. That's where the Toyota. That's exactly how it's going to go. So we're gonna get our letters. You can see it's got the little pins in there, and it's just gonna slot perfectly into place just like that. We're gonna put all the letters on there, and then on the other side with the included screws, where are they at? With these guys, we'll screw it in on the back. And when you're putting this together, there are two different types of O's. As you can see on this one, the grill lines just go one way, and on this one, there's a straight through. So one of these are going to have different slots than the other. They'll both have the two little nubs, but this one does not have those slots directly on top. So you'll be able to just stick that one on there and that one on there. So remember, there's two different ones for those. Now, something I noticed while putting these on the O, the first one that is, I'm not able to get a screw in on this side, and even on the spare one, it's exactly the same. It has one that looks like it was either not printed right or it has been broken off very cleanly on both. Now, I thought this was some sort of reasoning behind this, but they are both the same, and both of them, you're only able to get one in. Now, having one in is pretty darn solid. It's definitely not going anywhere because it's slotted in and it's secured, but that is kind of a downside that only has one screw. And now that you have Toyota completely spelled correctly in all of the right places, we're gonna flip it over so it's down, and you can see that's how it'll go with those little tabs facing in. And it should slot itself into place, just like you see right there. It fits right in. You might just have to wiggle it around a little bit so the holes match up, and then we will screw those four into place. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to piece the rest of this together because there's zero instructions and it's slightly confusing. So this weather stripping, which my old one had, that went around the top, this one is way different. It's longer. These are in the wrong place. So I do know that it needs to go like this. So I'm gonna stick it on here all the way around and then just trim the excess. Okay, so I fit these large ones in here. I'm pretty sure those are the correct ones because these small ones that they have wouldn't make any sense to put in there. They just spin, they're not big enough. So that just leaves us with two more. So that'll be our 6 replacements. It's nice that they give us replacements here, but they don't give you any sort of cap or nut or anything. So you're gonna have to purchase those or find something else that will work, because the ones that I have absolutely are completely rusted and some of them are seized into place. So I'm gonna have to figure something out there. So I've got my metal bracket down here, and also another thing, the screws. You're gonna have to keep all of your screws or buy new screws because they don't supply the ones that go along here. Another downside. So I'm gonna get these ones and attempt to put them in here, but they will not fit. So I'm gonna see if I can squeeze them. I can clamp them in, like get some pliers and pop those into place, because this will have to go over that as far as I can tell. Again, zero instructions. And once all of those are in place, I've got it seated down here. Now we need to start getting the screws lined up so everything can kind of get itself into the right orientation. Like those will be sitting itself down, and yeah, the rest. All right, just finished up. You can see I reused the screws. It was kind of tough to get these all to fit. It doesn't line up as beautifully as OEM, kind of course. But something I did notice, if you have some jacked up ones, you still have extra screws in your old one that these ones, they're a little rusted on the outside, but the inside of them, they're beautiful. So I scalped some of those for my other ones that were really, really jacked up and stripped. So I was able to get all of them onto here. This one, well, it's broken. It's not gonna come out, but I do have all of the other stuff on here. So I'm hoping with all the other stuff, one broken one, or if you broke both of them, it will not matter. So we've got all this. Now we need to get it up in here. Also, can't forget on our OEM, we've got these little guys on the bottom, these little rubber feet. We definitely want to grab these because there's a place for them on the new one, and these will prevent vibrations and rattles and stuff. So I'm gonna pop each one of these out and pop them into the new one. Unless they break, then fuck. All right, so I'm definitely confused now. These big guys are the ones that fit in there without rotating, so they make sense to go in there. However, see, I've got one of the old ones, the nut, and it threads in here perfectly to the smaller ones that don't work in there. These bigger ones are bigger, so they will not fit on the old threaded parts. So you need new nut to fit the larger ones because the smaller ones don't work. What the hell? So because of that, all of these holes will fit except for this one and this one. They will not, let me try to do this. They will not fit these bigger screws. So I'm gonna have to make these just a hair larger. You can barely tell, but I just took a tiny bit out of both sides. Should be no issue. I test fit them, they fit. So now that I have everything in place, I should be able to grab this, spin it, put it up there, and I was able to get these guys. These are M6x1, I believe. They will fit onto these guys, so that's all you really need is a nut that fits on the end. Preferably, I'd like to have a locking nut, but that's what I have on hand right now. So let's get this in place. All right, I think I got most of them pretty close. So I got that one in, that one. These are just the ones that slot in. Try to make sure they don't fall out. This is right where it should be to make it even. That one's in, and both of these are in the correct places. So should be good to start getting these tightened into place. And I think we're almost done, because once we get those tightened up, we grab this guy and swing him back up on the back side and then tighten that into place, and that's it, we're done. All right, the first two are in. I got the corner one and the other corner one. I had to put a washer back there because I just didn't trust the size of the nut that's on each one of those. But even with those on, and of course I got this one attached too, with that, this thing is super solid already. So yeah, I don't have any issues with 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever being not on there. So this is really, really good. I'm gonna skip that one. Obviously can't do anything with it. I'm gonna use one of the old ones. I'm gonna clean it up a bit and put it on there. But the rest of these, I don't think I need to put washers on there unless I really, really want to. And I should be basically done now. Just finished up. You can see I got the old one up there just because I could reuse that one. That was one good one. Got all of these tightened up. Now the only issue I had was this one. As you tighten it up, it wants to slip out of here. It's not a very good fit. Most of them are pretty good fits, but these ones are just, I don't know, they're just not fully seated in there. That's why I was getting the pliers and making sure it was seated as far in as I tighten the bottom. So they're not a very good fit. This one was good. These ones on the end are solid, which is probably the most important ones. So now that I have them all nice and buttoned up, let's see what this girl looks like. Now that we're done with the install, I think it looks so nice. It works very well with the dark red and also matches the new wheels and tire combo. So would I recommend this? I'd say no. It's not very often where I do or don't recommend any of these. The fitment up top You can see that I put in the little rubber gasket up there, but it's a very big gap. And I mean, there's literally no place for it to go. You can't push it forward. But then you look over here on the side and it's a nice, I mean, it's a little ate up because whatever reasons. So yeah, it's not the best fit. Some stuff doesn't fit very well. I don't know how the other ones are, but this is an aftermarket part. So yeah, you always have to be wary of those. But I think it looks great unless you're installing it. But there is also the other part of this. It does come with lights. I forgot to mention this. I'm not a huge fan of these. Like, I don't do off-roading and I don't like extra lights that aren't needed, but this kit does come with these lights. Now, this whole kit is like $100, so it's very, very cost efficient. I know some of them are like 150, 200 plus. So, you know, you get what you pay for sometimes. Sadly, this one wasn't the best, but these lights, they're very simple. These just clip right into the front. So you just feed it through, it clicks into place. And then with the wires, you hook them up to your battery or switch or wherever you want these to actually hook up to. But I did not want any extra lights. I like the clean look. I don't want any extra badges or emblems or anything, but that is the final product. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one.